Welcome to Rachel's weekly walking check-in. It's a little bit busier today, so I might stop a few times while people walk by. With my talking, still feel really awkward. Again, I'm done for the week with work. Just like last week, I thought I'd do a little walking around. We were done a little bit early today, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice to kind of start my weekend early. I still have some stuff to do today, but I thought I'd take advantage of the time to get my walk in. I've been doing better this week, trying to like 3 miles a day. I'd like to kind of double that. I think I need to be doubling that, but we're, steps at a time, working on it slowly, and I'll get up to that, right before I leave. I will be in Dublin in 3 weeks. So I have the next 3 weeks or so to keep working on that. 89 degrees Fahrenheit today. So that's about 31 degrees creeping up towards 32. So it's warm, but it's not surface of the sun, which it will be soon here in Florida. But yeah, I've been increasing the walking, and as for the no-buy week I just did, I did well, but it was not perfect. I had a couple of bad days in the middle of the week, and that's when I have the hardest time resisting the temptation. So one day I went to get a coffee, and another day I went and stopped and got, it wasn't like fast food as in greasy, it was like Panera bread, which is actually a little more expensive, so maybe not the best choice, but I wanted something quick and simple. Didn't want to have to prepare anything. So yes, I was being a little lazy, but I had a rough morning and wasn't feeling well. So I gave into it. But I think for me, that's pretty good. I've had days where, see, I've definitely done a coffee a day, sometimes 2 coffees a day, or I'll do like a coffee and then go get a smoothie. So I'm grouping like smoothies into that too, because often I'll get one of those. So just like my emotional support drinks. When I go get my emotional support drink, I need to do that less often because they're very expensive and I don't need them. And I'm trying to save money. So I've been doing well with that. I'm really pleased with that. Oh, it's windy. I'm sure you guys can hear this. It's windy, so I'm gonna continue with my walk. Trying to get in like an hour. I'm gonna work on my walk, and then I'll see you all back at the car. Okay, I was wrong. That Florida sun is not it. I walked around for a bit, but it was starting to get to me. So I'm back in the car. I'll try to get a little bit more walking in, even if it's once I get home. Sometimes I'll just walk around the apartment a little bit, get a few steps in. Inside with little music maybe. I try to get a few more steps in that way. I don't think it gives the same benefits, especially as I'm like preparing to be walking around as I travel, but I think it doesn't hurt, right? So I probably will do a little bit of that, but I do have to get going because I have some more work to do before I get to go home for the day. I want to go ahead and get that done and start my weekend. But one thing I wanted to talk about is, like I said, I'm going to be in Dublin in 3 weeks from today. And since I've got my overall schedule of what I'm doing for the month that I'm traveling in the UK and Ireland, now I get to really dig into what am I going to do when I get to Dublin? What am I going to do when I get to Belfast? I love planning that kind of stuff. And I know people who've been there to both places before and have given me great recommendations. I have like my little notebook that I've written stuff down in, so that's great. And of course I watch videos and read stuff online to do, but I love guidebooks, and I picked this one up and also a couple others at my library when I was there. And I haven't picked one up in a while, maybe because I've just been going back to the UK and I kind of already have in my mind what the things I want to do in those places. But I really just enjoy reading the guidebooks. I at one point dreamed of being a guidebook writer. I think that would be hard to accomplish, so kind of gave up that dream. But I just really enjoy reading travel writing. and books, and this is so well organized. I've just been reading through Dublin this morning when I had breaks at work, and some things to see, and some of it I'm obviously going to do. I'm going to go to the old library to see the Book of Kells. That's a priority because, hello, it's me. I do the library and afternoon tea tours of the UK. But there's some museums that they've mentioned that I hadn't heard about before. And it's got a nice little map with all the places on it that I can kind of mark out as, oh, that's right next to Grafton Street, and Temple Bar's right there. So, and here's where I'm going to be staying. So I know where I can like walk around, and it has like a what to do in one day, like where to walk. I really like that a lot. So I'm reading through that, and then I'm going to look through the Belfast section. I've already got a list of things I plan to do in Belfast, but I think there's lots more I could, I mean, it's just fun to read through it and see if I find anything else and get excited about the trip. I did book a day trip so far to go to, I wanted to see a little bit more of Ireland, but I think it's going to be just mostly the cities, and then a couple of day trips out of Dublin and Belfast each. So Dublin, I've booked a day trip to go see the Cliffs of Moher. I'm looking forward to that a lot. I don't know if a bunch of other stuff, like what other stuff they're going to stop off at. It doesn't really matter to me because it looked like the best day tour to go see the Cliffs of Moher, and then wherever they stop along the way, I'm sure it'll be beautiful, and I'll get to see some other interesting things, so that's fun. And yeah, I'm actually just really excited to be getting ready to go. I think it's coming up fast. Like, it was just last week I was saying it's going to be 4 weeks, it's a month, and now it's 3 weeks, and we have a busy couple of weeks coming up ahead. We're moving house, so yes, I have to do that in the 3 weeks until I'm leaving to go overseas for a month. But most of it's planned, and this is what I love to do. I love planning the trips. I love researching the trips. So if this is all I had to do with my life, everything else on top of it that I have to do is work. This is fun. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm gonna go do a little bit more work. Then I'm gonna read a little bit more about Dublin, and then read some more about Belfast and get my kind of an idea of what I want to do all set up. But yeah, so doing well with saving money, trying to eat right, getting some walking in as best I can in this heat and humidity. Eric is right. This feels like walking the whole day if I'm in like London or Edinburgh. So I think I'm going to be okay. But I just want to be prepared. I don't want to get there and like have all the luggage and the jet lag and have to like haul it across the city and be completely out of shape. So I'm at least trying to get to a point where it's a little more bearable for me to do that kind of effort. So I think I'm doing well with that, and I'm going to keep working on it because we've just got 3 weeks to go, and I'm super excited. I can't wait. I thank you for watching today, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.